In this lecture, I would like to discuss about how to solve the problems in quantum mechanics. So, the problem solving in quantum mechanics, it is very important. So, the first problem I would like to take on eigenfunction and eigenvalues. So, what are the eigenfunctions and eigenvalues in quantum mechanics? So you can see here a function is said to be the eigenfunction when suppose that we are having the function f of x and the operator a, then the function f of x is said to be the eigenfunction when the operator a is operated onto that function. Then when that operator it is operated onto that function, then we are getting the constant multiplied by the same function. Okay, so the function is called as the eigenfunction of that operator, and this constant value a, it is called as constant value a, it is called as a eigenvalue. It is called as a eigenvalue of the operator a. So let us take the example. Uh, which of the following functions are eigenfunction of the operator d square upon dx square? So take this example 5 sine 3x. 5 sine 3x. So you can see here the operator a, it is d square upon dx square. First of all, let us write the rule here for the eigenfunction and eigenvalue. So operator a, it is operated onto the function f of x, and if we are getting the constant a into f of x or constant c into f of x, then this constant c, it is called as a eigenvalue of the operator, and this f of x, it is called as a eigenfunction of the operator. So we can apply now this to this problem. So in this problem, operator a, it is equal to d square upon dx square. Operator a, it is equal to d square upon dx square, and f of x, it is equal to 5 sine 3x. 5 sine 3x. Okay, so let us try to solve this. Okay, so operator a, f of x, it is equal to, so operator a, it is d square upon dx square, and function it is 5 sine 3x. Okay, now let us solve this. So first of all, we can take the first derivative d of dx in bracket d of dx of this 5 sine 3x. So what is the derivative of this 5 sine 3x? So it is equal to the derivative of 5 sine 3x. It is 5 cos 3x. 5 cos 3x into derivative of this 3x. So it is 3. So we can write here d by dx. So it is 3 multiplied by 5, or it is supposed to be uh, 3 into 5 cos 3x. 3 into 5 cos 3x. Let us take the derivative of this value. So derivative of cos 3x, it is minus sine 3x. So let us write here 3 into 5 into the derivative of cos 3x, it is in bracket minus sine 3x, minus sine 3x into derivative of 3x, it is 3. So this is now 5 it is 3 multiplied by 3, it is 9. So this is minus 9, 5 sine 3x. This is our final answer. So it means that d square upon dx square, it is equal to minus 9 into 5 sine 3x. So you can see what is our function. It is 5 sine 3x, and this is a constant. So we are getting the same function here, and constant it is minus 9. Okay. So what is the eigenvalue of the operator? D square upon dx square, it is minus 9. And 5 sine 3x, it is called as an eigenfunction. So in this case, 5 sine 3x, it is called as an eigenfunction of the operator d square upon dx square. So the result of this, it is the same function we are getting here. And this is the eigenvalue of this operator. Okay. So this is about the eigenvalue and eigenfunction of the operator. Let us see the next problem here. If the operator A is given here, d by dx, operator A, it is d by dx, you can see here. Operator B, it is log to the base 10, and the function it is given x square. Then we have to find out operator A into operator B, f of x. This is nothing but multiplication of the operator. Multiplication of the operator. Okay. So let us see the rule first. Multiplication of the operator. If the two operators are given, operator A into operator B, the two operators are given there, then their product multiplication, it can be written as, first of all, operator A, then the operator B is operated onto the function f of x. Okay. Suppose that the answer of this operator A, so operator B into f of x, it is equal to g of x. Then later on we can operate this function, operator A into g of x. Suppose that this answer, it is equal to h of x. So operator A into operator B, f of x, it is equal to h of x. Operator A into operator B, f of x, it is equal to h of x. So let us see now in this case, in this problem. So we are having operator A, it is equal to d by dx. Okay. Operator B, it is given here log to the base 10. Okay. And f of x, it is equal to x square. Okay. So let us do this multiplication of the two operators. So first of all, let us apply log 10 here, d by dx in bracket log 10 x square. So what is the answer of this? Log square x square. So it is equal to, so we can write this d by dx. Okay. So this is in bracket 2 log to the base 10 x. This is the answer here, 2 log to the base 10 x. Now the derivative of this 2 log to the base 10 x, let us do the derivative of this. So derivative of log of x, it is 1 upon x. So it is 2 into 1 upon x. So it is equal to 2 upon x. This is the final answer here. So the multiplication of the two operators, first of all, we have to operate one operator, then another operator. So the final answer, it is here 2 upon x. Okay. Then see the next problem. E raised to 5x is an eigenfunction of the operator d square upon dx square. E raised to 5x is an eigenfunction of the operator d square upon dx square. What is the eigenvalue of the operator? So let us find out here the eigenvalue of the operator. So first of all, let us write the equation. Operator A operated onto the function f of x, it is equal to c of x, c of f of x. So here operator A, it is equal to d square upon dx square, d square upon dx square. Then uh, here f of x, it is equal to e raised to 5x. So we are going to find out here, this is e raised to 5x. So eigenvalue of the operator. So it is now d square upon dx square in bracket e raised to 5x. Okay, e raised to 5x here. So it is equal to d by dx. Let us take the first derivative into d by dx into e raised to 5x. Okay, so the derivative of e raised to 5x, it is 5 into e raised to 5x, 5 into e raised to 5x. So it is equal to 25 into e raised to 5x. The derivative of e raised to 5x, it is 1 minute, derivative of e raised to 5x, it is 5 into e raised to 5x. Okay, and once again another derivative of this e raised to 5x, it is 5 multiplied by 5. So actually it is written as d by dx 5, this is there, into the derivative of this e raised to 5x, it is 5 into e raised to 5x. Okay, so it is equal to 5 multiplied by 5, 25 into e raised to 5x. So this is the eigenvalue of the operator, eigenvalue of the operator d square upon dx square. So eigenvalue, it is equal to, eigenvalue, it is equal to 25. Okay, so in this way we can solve this problem based on the eigenvalue and the eigenfunction of the operator. Okay, then the another problem which is given here, when sine of x equal to, this is the equation of the stationary wave, when sine of x, it is equal to solution of the stationary wave. Okay, so sine of x, it is equal to a sine n pi x upon L, and when n equal to 1, okay, we have to find out a position of node, position of node. Okay, position of node at. Okay, now suppose that, what is a node? Suppose that we have such type of the wave. Okay, so node is a point at which the amplitude of the wave function becomes equal to 0. The node, a node is a point at which, point at which the amplitude of the wave function, the amplitude of the wave function, that is amplitude of the wave function, that is psi x, it is equal to 0. So let us see here, amplitude of the wave function psi x, it is equal to 0 here. So it is here, you can see, suppose that it is x equal to 0 here and x equal to L here. Okay, so the equation which is given here, psi x, it is equal to a sine n pi x upon L, where n, it is equal to 1. So let us put n equal to 1 into that equation. So psi x, it is equal to a sine, okay, a sine n, it is equal to 1 here. So it is pi x upon L. Now psi x becomes equal to 0 when x equal to 0. You can see here, psi x equal to 0 when x, it is equal to 0 here. Sine 0 is 0. When we are putting here 0, you can see here a sine pi into 0 upon L. So it is equal to a sine 0. So sine 0 is 0 here. So it means that the amplitude will be 0. Psi x, it is equal to 0 at x equal to 0. And in the same equation, psi x it is equal to a sine pi x upon L. We can put here x equal to L. So you can see here psi x equal to a sine, okay, n equal to 1, already we know n equal to 1 here. So a sine pi x means it is x equal to L here divided by L. So L get cancelled, and sine 180 it is also 0. Okay, pi means sine 180, it is equal to a sine 180. Okay, so it is 0 here. So psi x equal to 0 where x equal to L here. So the position of the node is at these are the nodes. The amplitude will be 0 here. So psi x equal to 0 at x equal to 0 and x equal to L. X equal to 0 and x equal to L. So we find out here the position of the nodes. Okay, amplitude of the wave function becomes equal to 0 here. Then another problem which is given here, a cricket ball weighing 0.5 kg is moving with a velocity 20 meter per second. Calculate the uncertainty in its momentum. We know Heisenberg uncertainty equation. So let us first write here the Heisenberg uncertainty equation. So delta x into delta p, it is greater than or equal to h upon 4 pi. This is the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Okay. So the product, what is delta x here? It is the uncertainty in position. Uncertainty in position. Okay. According to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, it is impossible to determine simultaneously the position and momentum of a particle. And delta p, it is uncertainty in momentum. Uncertainty in momentum. So in this case, we have to find out the uncertainty in momentum. So delta p, it is equal to momentum, it is mass into velocity. Okay, delta p, it is the uncertainty in momentum, and momentum, it is mass into velocity. So a cricket ball weighing 0.5 kg, so mass it is given here 0.5 kg with a velocity 20 meter per second. Okay, velocity it is given here 20 meter per second. Okay, so let us put this value, uncertainty in the momentum, it is mass, it is 0.5 into 20. Okay, so it is having the unit here meter per second, it is having the unit here kg. So it is 20 multiplied by 0.5, so it is 10. So 10 kg meter per second, that is the this uncertainty in the momentum. So in this way we can solve this problem, uncertainty in the momentum. Okay, so number of the problems are given belongs to this uncertainty or Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Okay, so in this way we solve here some problems belongs to the related to the quantum mechanics. Okay, related to the quantum mechanics.